Hear ye, hear ye. Today on Tundra Tactical, court is in session and we're taking on Hollywood to be the judge of real firearms owned by real celebrities. You and I know that a lot of celebrities veer crazy left on a lot of Second Amendment rights, but many of America's best known celebrities own firearms. So sit back, prepare to get judgy, and let's start the show.
Objection, Your Honor.
Overruled.
What it is, man.
First up is Brad Pitt, the movie star, not to be confused with the local high school football coach that hangs out at the American Legion. He was born in Oklahoma and raised in Missouri and has had a lifelong relationship with firearms, including a rite of passage experience many of us can relate to, inheriting a well-worn shotgun from his grandfather. But getting a quality shotgun as a kid does not qualify you for this list. So how does one of America's top-billed movie stars flex his love for firearms? By commissioning this from former custom motorcycle builder and now firearms maker Jesse James. This highly customized Cisco 1911 with intricate engraving work is part of a match set Pitt purchased with his former spouse Angelina Jolie. Pitt's government-sized 1911 is chambered in the Lord's caliber 45 ACP, and the final touch is the engraving on the slide with the words Big Papa, which, let's be honest folks, is a little bit cringe.
This is the worst.
It is now time for our ruling. Turns out I don't have a gavel. Instead, I don't know, what do we have around here? I got a hammer. All right, here we go. Brad Pitt, with your Grampy's shotgun and your 45, I rule you the fairest fud in the land. Wow, I almost broke my desk. All that's missing is you screaming 2 World War Zs and droning on about stopping power. Speaking of stopping power, holy cow. We will, however, let Mr. Pitt slide off with time served and good behavior after telling the British press to their face that, quote, America is a country founded on guns and it's in our DNA. Anyone who travels all the way across the Atlantic and rubs the Second Amendment in the Royals and the Redcoats' faces, well, they're okay by us.
Say my name.
Next up is famed firearms celebrity Alec All right, folks. I'm just kidding. Even we aren't that tasteless. Yet. If you like that one, make sure to subscribe.
I'll allow it.
Samuel L. Jackson has been a passionate gun rights advocate for decades, and this fact often surprises people since the actor is known for having some pretty lefty political beliefs. Jackson's background growing up in segregated Tennessee after the assassination of JFK said that following the assassination, guns gave his neighbors a sense of security amid fears of violence. His experiences have made Jackson unafraid to talk straight about guns to the Hollywood liberals' faces.
Thank you, dickheads.
Sam Jackson doesn't talk much about what guns he owns, but he's pretty clear about his willingness to defend himself, saying a big tongue of fire will come out of the end of this weapon if his life is ever in danger. That, folks, is almost as cool as having a BMF wallet. Now, Jackson's not perfect on all 2A issues, but let's give him credit for going into the belly of the Hollywood beast and holding his ground. I'm not going to stretch this out. Sam, for being based enough not to care what The View thinks and making George Lucas give you a purple lightsaber, we rule you in balance with the Force.
It's my duty to please that booty.
Well, we did Brad, so you know we gotta do the other half of Brangelina, and that, of course, folks, is Angelina Jolie. Sorry, Megan. Unlike her former spouse, I'm dead.
Man, I'm dead.
Unlike her former spouse Pitt, it's unclear when Angelina got so excited about guns, but it may have a little something to do with her stint heading the Tomb Raider franchise as Lara Croft, where Jolie became very familiar with her character's matching pair of H&K 9mm USP pistols, which is the right choice for aesthetic to complement her looks. Mwah!
I'm a girl. They match my outfit now.
She also told the British press about them, saying, I bought the original real guns of the type that we used in Tomb Raider for security. Little bit cringe, just like Brad, but we'll allow it. If anybody tries to come into my home, she says, to try to hurt my kids, I've got no problem shooting them. Time for our ruling. With her expensive taste, penchant for HK, and single mom status, we rule Angelina Jolie out of your league. And just like HK, she will never give you what you want, especially if you're in the US.
Denied. Sit down.
Shifting to the world of music, there are tons of performers out there who support 2A rights, but one of the biggest to hit the music scene is rapper slash hip hop performer Post Malone. I really don't understand the difference between rap and hip hop. I mean, look at me. Were you really expecting me to? Honestly, I listen to metal. Come on. Sheesh. From all accounts, it sounds like Post Malone is preparing for the apocalypse, telling Rolling Stone he's purchased a retreat in Utah where he's putting in 30 bunk beds. Post calls Utah a free country where you can buy suppressors, open carry, and do some cowboy stuff. He doesn't really say stuff, but YouTube is worried your feelings might be hurt if you hear bad language. In 2017, Malone's collection included an M14, a Walther PPK, a Desert Eagle, a Colt 1911, 2 gold-plated Glocks, an AR-15, a pump-action Mossberg, a Glock 19, and an FN-57. And let's not forget that cursed M1 Garand that was recently featured in a Garand thumb video. Honestly, it looked pretty good, even though it was a sacrilegious modification. I won't lie, this sounds like the exact collection I'd expect a person introduced to guns via video games to have, but Malone didn't stop. He's taken to getting serious training, even running drills with the guys from the tactical gear company Victos and featuring them in his videos. Time for our ruling. Post, as a coastal hip-hop artist into firearms training with a desire to do some cowboy stuff, you stumped us for a minute. Mr. Malone, as a New York-born but Texas-raised firearms enthusiast, we rule you are the perfect road trip playlist with death metal and Hank Williams on it. It ain't gotta make sense to anybody but you, baby. Keep on keeping on.
That's how you do Vegas, my boy.
Rapper Post Malone was having fun as he left Battlefield Vegas in a Humvee headed towards the Strip, all while showing off a machine gun mounted to the roof in a video posted to his Twitter account.
Now, if you're too old to know who Post Malone is, I get it. Not everybody can be as hip as me. But I suspect that means you will probably know our next celebrity gun owner, the famous 1970s guitar god, Eric Clapton.
I'm Eric Clapton, musician, and I'm here to answer some questions.
Clapton has made enough money to support his hunting and gun hobby, amassing a collection of bespoke English firearms. Just like Brad and Angelina, Clapton had many custom pieces made with beautiful engravings. For example, Clapton had commissioned Italian gunsmiths and engravers to make custom Fabry over-under shotguns. The shotguns featured a monogram of Clapton's initials for the stock, while the furniture and action were engraved with a fine scroll and the lock plates were embellished with hunting scenes.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
A few years ago, Clapton auctioned off many of his firearms because he had to make room for, you guessed it, even more. Come on, man, stop rubbing it in. It honestly makes no sense to me. If I had that kind of money, I'd probably never sell anything off. When I died in my old age, they'd find me surrounded by ammunition and lovingly clutching my first AR-15 as I peacefully shuffle off this mortal coil. Better to go out like that than be dropped from a window because of a bag of Coke.
Oh, my sweet Jesus.
Now it's time to rule. Mr. Clapton, this court finds you guilty of making us feel like whores. Further, we declare you the Earl Grey tea of celebrity firearms owners. I don't know what's in Earl Grey tea. It just seems kind of fancy, and that annoys me. I think I'll just have some Lipton. That'll be just fine.
Would you like some tea?
No.
Now, we here at the Tundra Tactical HQ have a special affinity for TV chef Alton Brown. He creates great, interesting content for all of his shows, and most of us would have had to survive on ramen our whole lives without him. Brown hails from Georgia and celebrates both the state's cooking roots and tradition of firearms ownership. He's a daily firearms carrier and has publicly shared his thoughts on carrying via Twitter, where he's been quoted saying, "At home, we like to say the house is protected by a Mossberg, and the Mossberg is protected by an HK." During an interview with the New York Times, Brown elaborated on his decision of carrying a firearm, explaining, "I have an office in a questionable part of town, and I'm often working there rather late at night, and I've been accosted before." Now, I guess a lot of people think Brown should have just accepted being accosted or smacked his attackers on the back of the head with a frying pan. Brown clearly disagrees, and so do I. Alton Brown, we rule that your celebrity chef status, your choice of quality firearms, and that picture of you with the scar makes you a spicy treat. Aha! All right, folks, that's 6 gun-owning celebrities and our judgment on their status in the firearms community. Who's your favorite pro-gun celebrity? Comment down below, and don't forget to join us next time when we still don't know what the heck we're doing. Bye-bye.